If there is a street in Hanoi that makes people slow down, it has to be Phan Dinh Phung Street. This long, straight and spacious street is lined on both sides with ancient trees, Dracontomelon, African mahogany and black star trees that have stood there for hundreds of years. With each passing season, the street changes its attire. In spring, the street is gently fresh and green. In summer, it is shaded by cool leafy canopies. In autumn, yellow leaves blanket the sidewalks. And in winter, it becomes somber and bluish-grey, like old memories. Lining the street are ancient French colonial villas, built from the late 19th to early 20th century, when Hanoi became an important administrative centre of French Indochina. What's special is that the architecture here is not uniform or formulaic. Some houses feature neoclassical style with gracefully curved wrought iron balconies. Some evoke the south of France with sloping tiled roofs and tall, wide windows. Others are reminiscent of the north of France, solid and symmetrical in design. These houses stand quietly beneath the large tree canopies, like silent witnesses reflecting on a turbulent colonial era. Nestled along the street is Qua Bac Church, the St. Joseph's Cathedral, built between 1930 and 1931. This is truly where East meets West. Unlike the familiar Gothic churches of Europe, Qua Bac Church features Indochinese architectural style, square blocks, tiled roofs, thick walls suited to the tropical climate, and restrained decorations that harmonize with the Asian surroundings. The church is not only a place of worship for the Catholic community, but also a symbol of adaptation and cultural dialogue between the West and Vietnam during this unique historical period.
Leaving Qua Bac Church, we will head to our next sightseeing spot, which is the Qua Bac Citadel Gate. It is one of the few remaining gates of the ancient capital of Vang Long, and I invite you to follow me for a closer look.
This place is associated with a tragic and heroic chapter of history. In 1883, the French attacked Hanoi for the second time. Governor Hoang Dieu fought to the very end and then took his own life to preserve his honor. On the citadel wall, 2 cannonball scars are still preserved as a reminder of a time of loss, heroism, and resilience. Standing in front of the North Gate, amidst the flow of people and traffic today, Hanoians can still feel the heavy, silent weight of history.
Its age is also from the early 19th century. It was bonded with ordinary cement with lime and sand.
At the end of Phan Dinh Phung Street stands the Hang Dau Water Tower, built in 1894. This round stone structure, with its European style, was once an important part of Hanoi's first modern water supply system during the French colonial period. For Hanoians, the water tower is not just an engineering work, but a symbol of transformation as an ancient capital entered the era of urbanization. Amidst the French villas, there are still old houses in the Vietnamese style, with brown tiled roofs, wooden doors, and small porches, serving as the quiet soul of the street, a reminder that beneath all the foreign architectural layers, Hanoi remains Hanoi. Though it carries the solemnity of history, Phan Dinh Phung has never been a street that stands still. On the contrary, it is upon that quiet backdrop that modern life in Hanoi unfolds ever so gently. In the early mornings, when sunlight still filters through the tree canopies and the street is not yet crowded with vehicles, Phan Dinh Phung belongs to the walkers, the people exercising, and the long-time residents stepping out into the street at a leisurely pace. The city is neither noisy nor showy. There is only the gentle rustling of leaves and the aroma of freshly brewed coffee wafting through the air. Perhaps nowhere else in Hanoi do the ao dai blend so harmoniously with the surroundings. Young men and women, dressed in pristine white or traditionally colored ao dai, often choose Phan Dinh Phung as the place to capture memories of their youth. The soft ao dai flowing over the old stone pavement, its light fabric standing out against the deep green of the trees, creates a scene where past and present gently touch. Hanoians often smile at this sight, because it is not just a beautiful picture, but a moment where today's generation is engaging in a respectful dialogue with history. Phan Dinh Phung is also a place where we can clearly see the coexistence of two worlds. Elegant restaurants housed in old French villas serve refined cuisine, with soft yellow lights spilling out from the windows. And right under the shade of the sidewalk trees, small coffee shops with just a few low stools and a slow dripping Fin coffee. One might wear a suit, step out of an upscale restaurant, and just a few meters later sit down on the sidewalk, sipping a cup of black coffee, watching the slow flow of traffic beneath the shade of the trees. That is a very Hanoi trait, elegant but not distant, simple yet never ordinary. To me, Phan Dinh Phung Street is at its most beautiful, not when it's crowded, but when you sit quietly at a sidewalk cafe, look up at the old tree canopies, and see today's youth passing by on the backdrop of 100 years of history. That street teaches people a very simple lesson, to slow down a little so you can see where you stand in the flow of the city, in the stream of history. And perhaps it is precisely that gentle intersection between the old and the new, between memory and present life, that creates the unique soul of the street named Phan Dinh Phung,